Hi everybody, welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards and I come to you guys live on Tuesdays and Thursdays to show you a fun new project. So today's project, I actually found online today, and the lady who did it, she changed up the colors and the paper and stuff, but I changed up the colors from her design. So I'm super excited to show you guys what I have created for you. I'm just making sure we are live on my iPad. Hello, Anna. Hello, Heather. Good evening. So today I went to the beauty salon, got my hair cut and colored, and it was so bad it really needed it. It always makes you feel so much better when you get back from the salon. And then I came home and started prepping for class on Saturday and went in and made dinner. Ugh, I was starving. I ate 5 tacos. Never have I ever eaten 5 tacos. I was so hungry. So that was my day, and now I'm out here doing a live, and I'm sure I'll go in and tuck Bo into bed and come back out so I can finish up for class on Saturday. So that was my day. Hopefully you guys had a good one as well. Hello, Karen. How's the weather? Hopefully you're enjoying the beach. Darlene, Lisa, hello. So please feel free to share my videos. I know lots of us have crafting friends, and they may be able to make something and put a smile on somebody else's face. And that's why we send cards and make them, is to send them out and put smiles on people's faces. So today's card and gift card holder, matching holder box chocolate thing that we're doing. I actually just thought of it last minute, spare of the moment thing. And I know it's sometimes hard to use up our 6x6 designer series paper. So I'm using a full sheet of 6x6 to make this really cute chocolate holder box gift card. I don't even know what to call it, but it is super fun. I went in and showed Bo before I went live, and he was pretty impressed. So hopefully you guys are as well. So hello, Valerie. Oh, thank you, Anna. She went a little lighter on top, which is good because I felt like I was so dark and kind of like eating up my face a little bit. So she went a lot lighter on top. So hopefully it works out. So good evening, Stephanie. Okay, I'm going to point you down so I can kind of show you what we are going to be playing with. So the Hey Chick stamp set was last year in celebration. It was a free stamp set. Stampin' Up! Decided to bring it back, and look what else they have brought to match it. So we now have dies that match this set. It is so stinking cute. So you have the chicks, you have the little egg, you have the fencing, the chicken wire, I guess that's what it's called. You have a barn, you have the eggs, you have the corn stalk with little corn pieces. It is such a fun set. And this little guy, I don't know if you guys have seen this online, but what does that look like? So for little snacks and stuff, I have goldfish in the house, and every now and then my husband will get a bowl of goldfish, and this is exactly what it looks like to me. But it actually fits the egg. So you can make a goldfish card out of this or use it to punch or to die cut the egg. So super cute, super fun sets. And then in this catalog, we have the Hey Birthday Chick. So in the beginning, they did not have the dies that match this, but they do now. So this is actually what we're going to be playing with today. I've actually used a lot of them already. And this little guy cuts out the little chicken right here, the little chick. So that is what we are going to be playing with. And then a couple of the sentiments as well. So let me get this out of the way, and then I will bring you in the card. So this is the card. Let me scoot you in just a tad. There we go. So this is the card we're going to make. The card that I saw online used different designer series paper. They did circles instead of the balloons, and they didn't put the little sentiment here. So I thought, since it's a birthday card, I wanted the little birthday balloons to go underneath the little chicks. And then, as a little special something, I brought in this little box. So I just secured it with some of our baker's twine. So I'm going to open it. And inside, you can't laugh at the chocolate that's on the inside. because I don't really keep chocolate in the house because one, I eat it and Bo eats it and we don't need it. So I really don't keep much chocolate. So I had to search and search for some chocolate in the house. And this is all I could find. Little tiny, I used them for St. Patrick's Day for the retreat. So I still had some of them left. It's still cute. It still fits, but the gift card slides in. And I think there's plenty of space for some of the bigger chocolate pieces to go on this side. And it's definitely deep enough to add lots of chocolate. But this is the chocolate I had. And you know what? It's money. So, hey, I actually think it kind of works. So those are the two projects we are going to be making. So let me scoot this out of the way. And I'm going to bring in what we need. So I have a piece of our basic white, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it right in half at 4 1/4. So you're just going to fold and give this a nice good crease. There we go. And then I have a piece of our basic white, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have 4 strips of 1-inch designer series paper. You can literally use whatever designer series paper you have, and I think it would be absolutely beautiful. So you can, actually they're both the same size. You can flip it over and use the other side, but in this case, it's the same. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to take some of our adhesive, and I just want to put a little bit of adhesive, not on the ends, just kind of right in the middle. And I am going to offset this kind of little cattywampus. It's not going to be straight, and be careful because it will stick to your surface if you get the adhesive on the ends, and it's okay. So we're going to put that one down, and then we're going to put this one, kind of have that going this way, and then this last piece I am going to put kind of over it. There we go. So literally just, oh, see, I just said it was going to stick. So you literally just want to put these wherever you want. It doesn't have to be any specific way. I'm going to scoot this over a tiny bit just because I want to see some of that other designer series paper. There we go. So now what you're going to do is take some paper snips and you're going to snip off these guys. And you don't want to use your good paper snips because if you get adhesive on them, it gunks them up and makes them where they're not super sharp. So these scissors are actually my good paper snips, but I accidentally used them on adhesive. So now they're not so sharp, so I don't mind using them on this. Oops, I didn't get that quite close enough. There we go. So just a couple more. I asked my sister to share this on my personal page, and I think she might be logged in as me. I kind of see a little bit of that talk going on, which is fine. I don't know. It works. At least she tried. Okay, there we go. So for the magic of Facebook Live, oh, there they are. Literally lost them. I went ahead and stamped and used the die cut to cut these guys out. I just kind of thought, why sit and waste our time when we have lots to do today? So I am going to color them on the Facebook Live, but I didn't cut them out. So I'm using our blender pins, and I have dark pumpkin pie, I have rich razzleberry, Rocco rose, granny apple green, dark mango melody, and Bermuda Bay. So those are the colors that I have that I'm going to color these guys in. And I won't lie, not that I ever lie, but it is a lot easier to stamp these and color it on your paper versus cutting them out and then coloring. I kind of found that out the hard way, but it'll still work. They're just super tiny. I guess if you have tiny hands, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I was not blessed to be a tiny girl. I always wished I was. I will still try to talk. There's no way I can read comments while I'm coloring, but I will still try to talk. And hopefully my head's not in the camera. So I'm using the pumpkin pie on his little feet, or her feet, his or her feet. And then I'm going to grab the Mango Melody, and I'm going to color in his mask with the Mango Melody. There we go. And I'm using the smaller end. I really like using the thicker side, but my thicker side is not quite as bold. I think it's running out of ink. So that's why I just switched sides. But I do like to color with the thicker edges. There we go. So almost done. And I don't think a chicken's nose is pink, but it's going to be pink on these guys. So that's what I used the Rocco Rose for. It was just to color his little nose in. Okay, so now we're done with the little masks. Let me get these out of the way so I don't knock them over. Let's grab the Rocco Rose, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit for his nose. There we go. Okay, and then these three colors, I was going to do the little hats in all three of the colors, because these are the colors that are in the designer series paper. So we have, this one is, oh, it's actually Blackberry Bliss, not Rich Razzleberry, sorry. So there's Blackberry Bliss, there's Granny Apple Green, and Bermuda Bay. So before I get rid of these three, I wanted to do one extra thing that I didn't do on my original card, but I think I want to do on these guys. So I brought in some rhinestones, and did you know that if you use your blender pins to color the rhinestones, it will color them? If you use any other marker, besides a permanent marker, the ink won't dry. Only our blender pins can be used on the pearls. It can be used on the diamonds. Anything that's white or clear, these will color. So there's those. While I have those out, I am just going to put them on top of the little chickens. So let's offset the colors. Let's not do color on color. So do the Bermuda Bay there, and then the Blackberry Bliss. Let's do that one on the Bermuda Bay. Oh, snap, look what I did. We can't have that. Oh, and it went flying. I put it on the wrong color because I don't want the Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green. There we go. Good thing I like to talk to myself, because that's kind of what I do every Tuesday and Thursday. There we go. So now it just added a tiny bit of bling to the little chickens. Hopefully you guys can see those okay. Okay, so that is done. So now let's bring in some scratch basic white, and I used the larger balloon. So you're just gonna pop 3 of them out. And while I was getting ready for tonight's live, I got thinking, I have not colored on the cardstock in a while. So why don't we bring in our colors, and we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So I have Rich Razzleberry, and I have just one of our sponges. And I thought, let's just give the balloon a little bit of pop. I have not done this in so long. So there's that one. It does make things go a tiny bit slower, but I actually think it makes your card pop even more. So this one is Granny Apple Green. There we go. And I actually might have enough on my sponges to do the little box. And this one's Bermuda Bay. So I'm just coloring the edges. There we go. So now we can add our little chickens. They're so stinking cute. Okay, so let's do, let's offset the colors on this guy as well. Why not? Let's be a little adventurous tonight. So I'm going to put the Granny Apple Green little hat on the Bermuda Bay. And then let's put the Rich Razzleberry, not Rich Razzleberry, I keep saying that. Let's put this one on the Granny Apple Green. And let's put the Bermuda Bay on, let me get this name correct, Blackberry Bliss. I don't know why I'm struggling. So there we go. So now we have our 3 little chickens. Aren't they so fun? Okay, so now I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the back of the balloon. And I'm going to show you why in a quick second. So let me get all these on and let me pull the backing off. I'm going to bring in some of our twine. We only have a couple colors and they only come in kits. So this color is actually Petal Pink, I believe. It's not even the Rocco Rose, but I thought it still worked. Oops, as it's sticking to everything. Even though it isn't perfect, I think it still works. And I'm not pre-cutting it because I don't really know how long I want it. So I'm just laying it on the dimensional and I'm just cutting the back side off. So it's pretty long. There we go. So let's get all of this out of the way, pick up our things, and let's start putting our card together. It's so cute. And I will bring in my original card and I'll show you the difference of just coloring the sides of the balloons. Literally, I think it totally makes the card, look, let me just do it right now. I think it literally makes the card night and day. I mean, we're not even done with the card and you can already tell that this one pops so much more. Okay, so let's keep moving. So I'm going to grab a mini glue dot and I want to put it underneath my little ribbon ties, my balloon ties. So I'm just going to put that right there. And this is just going to help kind of secure it. It's not going to hold it in place forever. But what I'm going to do is come in. Thank you. I was able to peek up. I see Anna and Heather. Thank you. Hi, Crystal. How are you? And Monique, I see you joined. So I'm just going to tie a quick little bow. There we go. Pull the edges down so he's not so big and chunky. Let's trim this off. Thank you, Darlene. And let's put a mini glue dot. Oh, you know what I should have brought in? You know, on Tuesday's live, how I have all those extra bows that my brother-in-law cut? I should have brought one of those in. I'm just going to lay the bow. My bow's a little cattywampus. It's a little funky, but that's okay. We're just going to go with it. And I'm just going to trim these guys off. And look, our card is almost done. All we have to do is now put it to our card base. So let's take some adhesive. And we are going to put it on the back. And then we can flip this over and, well, get it centered before you go to glue it down. That's why I love Tombow. We were actually just talking about this earlier. My friend Vicky said she tries to stay away from Tombow, and I try to use it as much as I can. Okay, there we go. Our card is done. So now we can move to our box, and we still have plenty of time to, oh wait, I forgot one thing. I'm sorry. Bring in another scratch piece of paper. I forgot 2 things. Oh my goodness. I'm a hot mess today. So I'm going to stamp "You're Still a Spring Chicken." I think that is so funny. I think it is the funniest statement I've ever heard. You're still a spring chicken. Okay, I'm going to punch this out. There we go. And let's do this in Bermuda Bay. We're going to do lots of sponging today. There we go. Flip it over, add some dimensionals. Oops. Put this right here. And then in the die set is this happy birthday. So I am going to gently squeeze my Tombow, and I actually did it before the live and it worked perfectly. So let's see if I wear most of it like Vicki said. Okay, so you only need a little bit and only a little's coming out, and that's perfectly fine. If you squeeze too hard, you're going to get it everywhere. There we go. And then let's put this right up top. There we go. So now our card is done. Sorry, I almost forgot the most important things. So there we go. Super cute and fun, right? Okay, so now let's do the box. So all you need is a piece of 6x6 designer series paper, and I'm using the same exact designer series paper as I did on the card. It's the Oh So Ombre. I have used so much of this. This is all I have left. It's beautiful, beautiful paper. So you're going to want to grab your scoreboard, and you're going to score this a couple times. So you want to score this at 1/2 inch, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, and 5 1/2. You're going to rotate it one time, and you're going to score this at 1/2 inch and 5 1/2. So remember how I talk about box math? Your sides, all 4 sides, and the center are all the same size. So when you go to fold your box, everything will fold correctly. So what you want to do is go ahead and fold your edges. So all 4 of my sides are at 1/2 inch. And then we have the piece in the middle, and that's 1/2 inch also. And then my bottom and lid are the same as well. Okay, so the first one is you're going to take out this corner, and you're going to take out this corner. It doesn't matter. They're both the same size, but you just want to do the same exact thing on the opposite side. Now the center pieces, you're just going to come in and trim. And I always miter, I think that's what it's called, to make the fold a little bit neater. So you're going to do the same exact thing on this side. Whatever you do here, you have to do on this side. Otherwise your box won't come out. And you know what? It is just paper. So get out there and play with your paper. Okay, so this side, we are just going to trim right to your score line, and I'm only going to miter the top piece of it. So I'm just going to miter that top piece and then come in and snip this. Okay, so now this is what you're left with. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So I'm going to flip these guys in and these guys in. And because it's so tiny, I'm just going to use some mini glue dots. I think that worked best when I was putting my first box together. So I'm just going to put a couple mini glue dots on this guy, on these little flaps. If you had our Stampin' Seal Plus, that would work also. But I just didn't want to rip these little tiny pieces. Oops, and the mini glue dot came off on my finger. So let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so now all you're going to have to do is pull these in. And you're going to pull this guy in. And we're just gluing it to itself. There we go. Look how easy this box was to put together. Super duper easy, right? So now you have your box. And let me find my chocolates. We're going to throw some money chocolate in there. And then we are going to throw a Starbucks gift card and watch. This is going to go in. and your box is going to close. Only on a Facebook Live is it going to give me trouble. There we go. Oh, and now this side's giving me trouble. Your box does close, I do promise. There we go. There's your gift card chocolate box. And I just did a little bit of the ribbon. I just cut some off. I literally didn't even measure. I wrapped this around. There we go. I wasn't paying attention when I was grabbing that. Tie a little bow. This is when you need one of your kids to put their finger in the center so you can get this tight. So you can put that as tight as you want. Then the last thing we have to do is decorate it. So I am going to come in with my balloon punch again. And I'm going to punch out 3. 1, 2, and 3. Quickly give this a color. And since there's already ink on my sponges from the earlier, I don't really have to re-ink them. You can if you want it super dark, but you don't have to. So sponge the edges. Oh, I cannot wait to give this out. Whose birthday's coming up? Oh, that's a good idea. Who has a birthday coming up? I will drop this in the mail to you. Let's flip this over. Put some dimensionals on. There we go. So if you're having a birthday within the next week, send me a message or say me on the Facebook Live, and I will put this in the mail to you. So now I'm going to bring the card back in so I get the colors on the same way. I don't know if it really matters, but I am a little weird. I'm going to put a couple mini glue dots on the side because it's going over the twine, so I want it to stick to both sides. There we go. And then our last one, and because we're on a Facebook Live and things happen automatically, these guys are already colored. Super cute, right? The only thing I didn't put were the diamonds on the top, and I'll do that after the live. You already saw me do it once. So let's put some dimensionals on here. And let's put our little chickens on. These guys are so cute. And I think it's on while supplies last. So if you haven't ordered these chicken dies, that kind of sounds funny. If you have not ordered these chicken dies, I definitely would order them sooner than later. Once they're gone, they are gone forever. They won't be bringing them back. So let's bring in my first card that we did and my original box. So there's that. And then here's the one that we just did on the live. And I actually do think by sponging the edges just a hair, it adds so much more pop to it. And then the little rhinestones on the little party hat. Oh, it's like a party in a card. What is that called? A party in a fold or something? Oh, so stinking adorable. So again, if you have not ordered the dies for the Hey Chick, which you might already have the Hey Chick, so you can just get the matching dies, or the birthday, oops, I just dropped that, or the Hey Chick that's in this current catalog and the matching dies, I would definitely put that on your list of things to get before they are all sold out. Okay, holy smokes. We did all of that in less than 30 minutes. It is 7:29. I cannot believe that we finished all of that in less than 30 minutes. That felt like so much longer. Anyway, I'm going to run in and tuck my husband into bed and come back out into the studio so I can finish for class on Saturday. If you need anything, I will be here. If not, I will see a lot of you guys Saturday for class. If not, I will see you on Tuesday for our next live. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.